Hey, my YouTube friends and family. Hey, I'm back with another video, folks. Today, we're going to do something. I did it in a part of a cook that I did for the Super Bowl, but I'm going to do just a video on them today. And folks, beef plate ribs. Yep. I'm not going to over talk it this morning. It's real early. I want to get these things started. So, folks, we're going to be doing some beef plate ribs on the Traeger today using those smoked pecan pellets. So, folks, once I get them ready to show you how I'm going to prep them, I'll bring you back. All right, folks, I got these ribs laid out here, these beef ribs, and as you can see, these are some beef short ribs, known as plate ribs, known as Dino Ribs, sourced by Wild Fork Food. That's a real good company to work with. So, folks, check out their website if you want to source yourself some good quality meat. I'll leave a link in the description to their website. So we're going to get these ribs open, folks. I could have opened them beforehand, but I just wanted you to see where I got them from, you know, because everyone not fortunate to live in Texas to where these things are readily available on the shelf. So some of us have to find good places to get our quality meat. And Wild Fork Food is not a bad place to start, test out. So here you go, folks. Got them out of the package. As you can see, nothing much to that. I'm gonna step away a second and get this in the trash can. All right, folks, as you can see, this is what beef plate ribs look like if you haven't seen them before. You got your membrane side. It's got a gash in it. I wasn't gonna take it off anyway, because I like this membrane helps hold this meat together. Also keep those fats and juices in to help, I would say, braise it from the bottom side of that bone. I'm gonna get that back side wiped off. Yes, indeedy, yes, indeedy. Get it wiped off. I'm not even gonna use a binder today, folks. I'm just going to get these ribs dried off. See if we got any scraggler stuff hanging that we can trim off. On these ribs here, I like to leave quite a bit of the fat cap on. Just anything that's hard and too thick, I'll take off. Like right in here, you might be able to see this is kind of thick. I'll take it off. You know, it seems like this would be very difficult to do, but really it's not. You know, the thing is, you want to just let the ribs be what they are, which is delicious as they come. I see a little hard fat right here I'm gonna get off. Yeah, I went down a little deep right there, exposed some meat, but that's okay. That's all right. Oh, see how easy this is? When you source your meat from a quality place where they don't do so bad on butchering for you, that helps a lot too. But folks, that's not a lot of trim there to do. There we go. As you can see, this little silver skin, I'm not gonna bother to take that off because it's a long cook and it's gonna render that down. We see some great marbling right there. Look at this marbling on this end, folks. That's when you see good quality meat. Look at that great marbling in those beef ribs. That's just gonna let us know that, man, we're gonna have some wonderful juicy ribs. Even though this membrane is on here, I'm still gonna do a little seasoning. Now, I'm already at the seasoning point. See how quick that was? I'm gonna be using some Meat Church Holy Cow today. That's it. That's all the seasoning we're gonna use. Meat Church Holy Cow. You can use whatever seasoning you like. Go to your original Texas style with just salt, pepper, garlic. But I trust Matt at Meat Church, who puts out quality seasonings. And we're just gonna get this on here, folks. Yeah, we're just gonna get this on here. And get this edge right here with this Holy Cow. Get this in. We're gonna get this in. And there's some pretty marbling in that beef rib. That just lets us know we're gonna get a good bite. Get some on this bone in. And you know, when you cook these beef plate ribs, this meat gonna shrink back up on these bones and look like a pretty hump of beautiful meat. So I can't wait to get these started, folks. Now we're gonna get this top side. And you can season this generously, folks. It's a thick cut of meat. It's gonna be on here a good long time cooking. Today I'm probably gonna run at 250 degrees on the Traeger Ironwood XL. We're just gonna get this coated nice and heavy. And after I get this coated all up, I'm just gonna let it sit while the grill is coming up to temperature so this rub can just bind to the meat. Just bind to the meat. Draw out some of that sweat so it can get sticky on there, tacky on there. And that's some good nice marbling in that meat. Yep. May look like a lot of seasoning, folks, but I'm gonna tell you, it can handle it. It can definitely handle it. And we want to develop that nice thick bark. So folks, that's it to the seasoning. I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna let this sit. Let that rub set up on that meat before we get it on there while the grill is coming up to temperature. So folks, once I get the grill up to temperature, I'll bring you back. All right, folks, I'm back. We're gonna get these ribs on here now, folks. I got them sitting. They done been sitting up for about 30, 35 minutes. I'm gonna get them on here. We gonna top rack them today, baby. We gonna top rack them, get them on here, situated. Now we're gonna shut them down for a nice long sleep. So folks, we're gonna let them run. I'm gonna do minimum checking on them. We're gonna let them run here at 250. I may check them in about 2.5 hours, see what they look like. So folks, in the meantime, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna finish my coffee, then I'll bring you back. All right, folks, I'm back. Hey, it's been about 2 hours since I put these plate ribs on. So we're gonna open up and take a look. I haven't looked at them in 2 hours, so let's see what they're looking like, folks. Oh, look at that smoke roll. Ooh, look at here, folks. Look at here. Can you see it, folks? I'm gonna move you on in a little bit. Yeah, we're starting to get some good color. That bark not quite set yet. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave them alone. We're gonna leave it alone, folks. We're gonna get this lid shut back up. And I'll probably go at least another hour before I take another peek. So folks, when it's that time, I'll bring you back. All right, folks, I'm back. Hey, I let it go even longer than I said. It's been about 2 hours and 35 minutes since we last looked at these beef plate ribs. So we're gonna pop her open and take a look. Oh boy. Looky, folks. Isn't that looking good? Look at that pullback. I told you they're gonna pull back and you'll get that pretty mound of meat. I'm gonna see where we at temp-wise right now. Right now we sitting at about 175. Well, 175. Oh yeah. Folks, I'm gonna shut her back up and guess what? I'm gonna let her keep on going. These ribs gonna run straight through. I'm not gonna wrap them. I'm gonna run them a little higher than normal. I'm gonna try to run them up to about 208 to 10 degrees to help more of that internal fat to break down. So folks, it's been 4 hours and 35 minutes so far from start. So guess what, folks? I'm gonna let her keep on rolling. Then I'll bring you back later. All right, folk, I'm back. Hey, it's been an hour since we checked on these ribs last. I want to give them another check right quick, see where we're standing. Oh man, they're looking so good. Let's see what we got, what we're on temp. Like I said, I'm gonna run these. Okay, like 180. All right. All right, they're sort of like in the stall. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave them alone again. Like I said, we're not gonna wrap these up. We're gonna let them cook all the way through. Right now, it's been about 5.5 hours. So, folk, I'm gonna give it about another hour and a half to 2 hours, and I'll check them again, and I'll bring you back. Hey, my YouTube friends and family. Hey, I'm back. Man, look at here, will you? I said I was gonna take it to 208, but it's sitting at 201. And watch this, y'all. You see that? Do you see that? You see that jiggle? Folk, I'm gonna pull these. I'm gonna pull these and I'm gonna put them on this tray over here. I got this tray and I'm gonna sit them on here. That bark, look at how that bark looks. But look at that jiggle, folk. I think I'm gonna go on, I'm gonna pull them off and I'm gonna let them rest for at least an hour before I touch them. So, folk, once they rest for an hour, I'll bring you back. All right, folk. I got him off the daggone grill right now. What I'm gonna do is, you see this here? This is some tallow that I had rendered from a previous cook on a brisket. I'm gonna take this tallow and just pour it right over this meat. Yes, give me 1 second. Yes, I got that poured right over that meat, and we're gonna let it sit and come down to temperature for at least an hour. So, folk, when it rests, I'll bring you back. All right, folk, I'm back. I let these ribs cool down to about 130 degrees. And now what I'm going to do is, what you see on here, I had a little beef tallow that's still sitting up on there. Let's get these a cut and see what we're working with. Oh my goodness. Y'all could feel this and hear that crispy. Oh my gosh. People, my mouth watering just cutting these. My mouth is watering cutting these. Okay, folks. Are you ready for this? Oh my goodness. Will you take a look? Take a look at that, folks. Yeah. So what I'm about to do now, I don't even want to, I'm about to set up and get my money shot for my picture for the video. And after that, I'm gonna flip the camera around. We're gonna do a taste test. So folks, just hold tight and I'll bring you right back. Hold on. All right, folks, I'm back. Hey, I got my girl Jessica with me today. She's been waiting to try some of this food on the video, so I'm glad to have her here with me. One of my girls. So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna get us a taste and see what we think. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yep, it's better than the people, get you some plate ribs. That smoke from the smoked pecan pellets is not too strong. It's not too heavy. And hey, folk, I'm back. Hey, I had a little video recording situation yesterday, so I had to finish this video up later on my beef dino ribs, some chuck plate ribs, whatever you want to call them. But folk, as I was saying, the smoke from those smoking pecan pellets was prevalent, not overpowering. The color, the texture of the bark came out great. Let me tell you, the efficiency of those smoking pecan pellets was great. I used 20% on a 7.5, 8 hour cook of pellets. So that is great. So, folk, as I always say, I thank you for watching my videos. I thank you for just being a part of this channel. And I want to just continue to grow and provide good content for you all. And folks, if you would, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And folks, until next time, as I always say, Keep on cooking.